Hi guys, this is Sliver here, and in this video I'm going to explain this crazy new Resplendent Spark farm which lets you get one spark every 3 to 4 hours depending on whether you've got friends to help you or not. The best part of this farm is that it is repeatable, so you can repeat it as many times as you want, and also it is guaranteed, so the spark drop chance is 100%, you will get it if you finish the farm. So let's go, I'm going to explain this step by step as I tested it out myself. So this farm is possible because in a hotfix, Blizzard tremendously increased the amount of seasonal reputation you get for killing bosses. And this makes it so that it takes a very short amount of time, if you can kill enough bosses, to finish the seasonal reputation track, and at the end of that track is a Resplendent Spark. In addition to that, you can repeat this seasonal track every time you create a new character. So it's not a one-time only thing for your first character, it can be repeated. These are the things that make this run possible. So first of all, what you should do is have a main character, a strong character that can easily farm Torment difficulties. It doesn't have to be Torment 4, and this character preferably has quite a lot of boss materials. It doesn't matter which boss, but you should have a lot of boss materials, a few hundred should do. If you don't have a lot of materials, then you can farm it later, it's not a huge problem, I will tell you how. Next, what you should do is remove the gear from this character, this main character, and put it into your stash. The reason for this is that we want this gear to be available to the character that we're about to create. So put the gear into the stash. Next, we want to create a new character. So log out of the game and create a new character that has the same class as your main character. And now you've got another character with the same class at level 1. Next, we should level this character to level 60. This is the step where friends are very helpful. If you've got a friend who can boost you through pits, then you can easily get to level 60 in, let's say, 30 or 20 minutes, depending on how high of a pit that the person can boost. If you don't have a friend, then you can advertise in trade chat that you want a boost, and let's say you will pay 50 million gold for it. If you don't want to do that, then you can stockpile the whisper caches on your main character and put them into your stash. This is what I did in this video. So you complete a lot of whispers with your main, put the whisper caches into their stash, and open the whisper caches on your new character that you want to level to 60. And these whisper caches contain some experience orbs, which will, if you have enough caches, level up you all the way to 60. You would need around 25 of these whisper caches from Torment 4. Of course, if you don't have friends, or if you don't pay anybody for the boost, or if you don't have the whisper caches, then you can level the ordinary way. However, this is of course slower. So, no matter which method you chose, you now have a level 60 character with the same class as your main. The next step is to open your stash and put the main character's gear onto your newly created, fresh level 60 character. This way you will have the same gear. After that, you should sort out this new character, which means you should allocate your Paragon points, you should allocate your skill points, but you don't have to level glyphs. That would take too much time. So now you've got a decently strong character, which is a little bit weaker than your main because you don't have glyphs. Next, make sure that your smoldering ashes, so the seasonal ashes that you can allocate, are allocated correctly. You want the increased chance for Belial to appear, and you want the increased reputation that you get for killing a boss. This is very important because this will tremendously increase the speed at which you get reputation. You should also put the correct boss powers onto your character. Next, what you should do is get into the pit and complete the highest pit that you are comfortable with. You should be able to easily unlock Torment, and more specifically, you should be able to unlock the same or one less Torment level as your main, because this character is a little bit weaker. So unlock the highest possible Torment level that you can. Next, you should do the seasonal questline all the way up to the point where the seasonal board becomes available. So unfortunately, you have to listen to the unskippable talk about Belial once again, but right after that, you get access to the seasonal board. And after this starts the long part of the farm where you have to farm reputation by killing bosses. Start with using the boss materials that you got from your main, and you can summon any boss anywhere on any difficulty that you can comfortably kill, and you will get reputation from it. And since Blizzard has buffed the reputation from bosses, you're going to get ranks in the reputation board quite fast. So for example, my character was strong enough to complete Torment 4 in the pits, and I was strong enough to kill Lord Zir and Warshan and Grigoire on Torment 4 difficulties, so I did that, and for each kill I got a little bit over 4,000 reputation, not to mention that there were examples of Mini Belial appearing after the loot, and then Mini Belial gave an additional 6,000 reputation for each kill, and that's for Torment 4. Now, of course, this becomes faster if you've got a friend to boost you, but you should be able to do this for yourself, and even if a friend boosts you, you will still need the boss materials to get reputation. But this is not over. If you don't have enough materials, because this farm requires multiple hundreds of them, then you should still be able to do this farm because you can farm the boss materials yourself. For that, I suggest getting into the Helltide and killing mobs in the Helltide to get aberrant cinders and opening the chests, also known as tortured gifts. This way you will get living steel from the tortured gifts, and you will get exquisite blood for summoning and killing the Blood Maiden. The reason I suggest farming these materials with this new character and not your main is that you get extra reputation for killing the Blood Maiden. I would say on Torment 4 this amount of reputation is around 4,000, so it's a very high amount of reputation. Once you've got enough living steel and exquisite blood, you can go back to killing the bosses. Another tip is that when you complete a new reputation level, then you should go back to the board and acquire the bag, which you can open, and it can contain additional boss materials. It's also important to say that not only the Blood Maiden and the bosses give reputation to you, but you get reputation at the end of the new apparition event, or you get reputation from dungeon bosses, and even you get reputation from world bosses too. It took me about 3 hours to finish my reputation track with this brand new character. I had to farm some materials for myself, and I didn't include the leveling time because you can skip that if you have a friend or if you have Whisper caches ready. So when you're done with the reputation farm, all you have to do is go back to the board and acquire your cache and open it, and here you go, you got the Resplendent Spark. As I said at the beginning, this is repeatable, so you can do the same once again by creating a new character and farming the reputation with that. I believe this farm is really fun because it feels like you're breaking the system, and also there's no RNG in it. A lot of people have been complaining about the low drop chance of the Mythic unique items. Well, this farm is totally independent of that. And that's it. Let me know down in the comments whether you succeeded with this farm or not, whether you like it or not. As for myself, I think it's a really fun farm. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to subscribe, and see you guys next time. Thanks.